Glad to be here and glad to answer any questions you have, read your comments. I've had a great weekend. I hope you've had a good weekend. We just had some Reuben sandwiches that we made, which were just great. And I made some of my famous potato salads. So, yeah, it was a great meal. So let me start off by sort of giving a review of some of the news of the past week. Um, the first subject is Trump and Biden. Now, I was watching, and let me say that I don't want to take a side here. I'm not trying to be provocative or anything when I talk about Trump and Biden. Okay. So, Trump, as all of you know, is involved in a trial in New York. Everybody knows about it. It's on all the news channels, right? And I happened to see former President Trump giving sort of an impromptu news conference. I don't know if you saw that, but and it was very impressive. Um, Regardless of what you think of Donald Trump or whether you believe, you believe in the principles that he espouses or the ideas that he talks about, you have to admit that that speech, that impromptu speech off the cuff, was absolutely great. And I don't think there's anyone better at doing an impromptu, off the cuff speech like former President Trump can do. He got in all of his points. He's very cool, calm, and collected. And like I said, regardless of your views on the former president, that was impressive. Now, President Biden, on the other hand, I think would have great difficulty speaking off the cuff in a debate at this point. And that's just my opinion. I don't think he has the skills that Donald Trump has to speak off the cuff, to be kind of humorous, to be, to connect with the average person. And oh, hi, Grand Marais. Hello from Michigan. How are you? Yeah, I used to live in Michigan. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Yeah, so I guess in summary of that issue, I think Donald Trump, a former President Donald Trump, has an advantage in a debate with the current President Joe Biden. And President Biden has said he will debate anytime, anywhere, any place. And former President Trump has said, yeah, that sounds good. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so that's my take on that. Okay, moving on to the anti-Israel protests that are going on in the country. Serious subject, serious anti-Semitism out there. I don't think anyone. Let me read here. I need to go watch that. I don't care for Trump, but I'm 60 and getting ready to retire soon and think he will be better for my 401k. Interesting comment. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to, be supporting one or the other. That's not my intent here. But yeah, interesting comment. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to these anti-Israel protests throughout the country and the obvious anti-Semitism there is in this country. And again, that's just my opinion. But when you look at that region, when you look at the Middle East, Israel has a lot going for it as far as an ally for the United States. First of all, they are the only true and loyal ally in the region. And I think history bears that out. Second of all, they are the only true democracy in the region. And Conker, you're welcome. Good for you retiring. I'm 50 and my wife and I just found out she's pregnant I'm starting over. Hey, good for you. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. Yeah, so Israel is the only reliable democracy in the region. And what does that mean? That means that the government is stable. I mean, it may seem like there's a lot of chaos going on there, when they vote for president and all that. But over the years, that government is stable. And that's important. That's a big deal. The third point I wanted to make about Israel and the positive aspects of Israel is that they are tolerant of civil rights. Women and other minorities, in my opinion, would have a very tough time living in the countries that surround Israel. Israel, however, is very accepting of different religions, different lifestyles. So that's my take on that issue. For real, I was starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel, but life is a journey. Absolutely. You look like a college professor. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a great compliment. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I've heard that before. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've always liked the kind of campus environment, the higher education campus environment. Yeah, I enjoyed my college years, so yeah, it's quite a compliment. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm getting over a cold. I'm still getting over a cold. I don't know what it was, but I guess it's going on 2 weeks now, and I've still got some phlegm. Phlegm's an interesting word. There's a G in there in the word phlegm. It's like phlegm, something like that. Rick, what books have you read that you like? Oh boy. Well. I haven't read a book in a long time, but I've always been a fan of Philip Roth. I've read just about every one of his books. So I'll take a Philip Roth book any day of the week. Yeah, so those are my favorite books. I'm getting over this cold, and I have some phlegm still, and my nose is a little stuffy in the morning, but and it seems to have rebounded a little bit. It was getting better, and then yesterday and today sort of, Okay, so yeah, I also wanted to talk about this show. You've seen Shark Tank, probably seen Shark Tank in the U.S. It's called Shark Tank, and then in Canada, it's the Dragon's Den, I think, where you have these millionaires or billionaires who they look at these. Excuse me. They look at these inventors of new products, and the inventors are looking for money from these millionaires and billionaires. But anyway, I was watching one of these millionaires, or I don't know if he was a billionaire, maybe, and he was basically wearing all kinds of different colors in all kinds of different styles, and just basically whatever he wanted to wear. And I was looking at him, and I was thinking, yeah, it kind of makes sense, when you have enough money and you can do what you want, you just wear what you want. I mean, you wear the colors you want, you wear the styles that you want. So here's my question. If you had all the money in the world and you didn't have to worry about what things cost, would you just wear whatever the heck you felt like? I mean, any color, any combination, anything like that, just to make a statement that, I'm enjoying my life, and I just wear whatever I want to wear. I just thought that was kind of interesting. That basically the colors didn't match, the styles didn't match, but the overall look was pretty cool because he was doing what he felt like doing. So I thought that was pretty cool. Something else I want to talk about. Okay. We as we're driving around, I'm looking at different cars and different vans and stuff like that, and so the hybrid is big now, right? It's not electric. It's not all electric. It's not all gas. It's both, right? So that when they stop at a stop sign or a light, the engine shuts off, and then when they go, it turns on again. And I just watched a video where someone was sleeping in a some kind of hybrid vehicle. And what they did was they set the temperature at 72, and the car basically kept the temperature at 72, and they slept comfortably all night, and didn't really cost that much. So I'm thinking for car living and van dwelling, it sounds like a pretty good deal, where you don't have to worry about freezing in cold weather. You can just set the climate control, and the engine comes on and off as it has to recharge the battery that's running the heater. So, yeah. So, how do you feel about that? A hybrid, safer van life or car living? I think it's a pretty good thing. Let me see here. Yeah. So, all right. Any questions? Oh yeah. Hybrid vehicles are the future. Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking that they are. Electric, still limited. I think the charging stations are still limited in certain places. And the hybrid sort of makes sense in that you've always got that gas option if the electric goes down. F all electric. Well, I don't know. I rode in a Tesla, and it's pretty impressive in a lot of ways. The acceleration is like unbelievable, right? The acceleration is unbelievable, much faster than a gas-powered car. So in that respect, it's a lot of fun. I hear that it goes through a lot of tires because of the regenerative braking, that the wheels automatically slow down when you go off the gas pedal, so to speak. Yeah, it also has a nice navigation system, has a lot of nice electronics inside. So I think they have their place, especially in the performance. The acceleration is just fantastic. But I was thinking about in the future, if I get another vehicle, I might look into that because, when it's cold out, and even in hot weather, sometimes you get cold nights. When it's cold out, that climate control would just be great. I think that would be great. Yeah, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so I appreciate everyone showing up here. It's really, really great. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I appreciate all the questions and comments. And this is Rick starting over. It's been great. Thank you for showing up. Till next time.